We on?
We're on. I forgot to hit that red button
You look tired.
because I work every day, unlike you. Works once a week or whatever. How many days are you fishing now? 2 a week? How did it make you? I mean, I was so stoked for you the other day coming in, banging on your chest with how many did you catch? 3 or 4 or 5 sails?
4.
I was so cool.
And a blue marlin.
And then what a dick move for Archie to pull into the fuel dock beside you. What a dick move. I mean, you are celebrating. I'm celebrating with you.
I wasn't celebrating.
You had a great day.
Arch was in there focused all day long, and I had a group that needed to catch some meat fish, so we had to do that first. And so we went out and caught some tuna, and then we came in there and
you had the laundry
fishing.
flying, and people were looking at your boat going, that guy's first class. That guy is top notch. And then Archie backs it right into the fuel dock.
With his rigger
full.
Bending.
Right beside
with the weight
you.
Of the flags.
He could have waited when you pulled out of the fuel dock.
Oh, no, it's all good.
And then they took a picture of his boat and had to crop your boat out of it or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, they waited until I left, but yeah. But that's marlin fishing. I mean, but he the next day he didn't catch fish.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's like the reds. Just like the redfish. Marlins, reds are all the same thing.
Yeah, it's all the same. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. God, we're back after a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I was thinking about it. And somebody on my boat was asking about it. I booked a trip last week because of the podcast. Somebody fished with me because they saw the podcast.
Yeah, had a couple of those this summer.
Dude,
so thank y'all.
It is a great feeling.
Yeah.
To know that guys with just zero competence when it comes to this stuff. We have nothing to offer anybody that watches these. And then they see it and they want to go fishing with us. I don't get it, but thank you. Anyway.
And then they do, and they're like, damn it.
Yeah, they fooled me. Anyway, this guy said, "Man, really, when are you guys gonna get another one out? When you guys?" And I finally just said, "It's like Jack's wife, she tells him just shut up and be glad when you get it." That's what I said.
Yeah. Well, it's we've been you're a firefighter and I'm a dad and you're a dad too, but you're a little bit later in your dad years. But the point is, we've had shit going on. It's been a busy summer.
And then we blocked out a day, and we said, all right, we're going to do it. And then our guest calls and says, I can't do it.
And then we just said, we got to bite the bullet and do it.
No, we have actually, man, I'm going to pump this one up because you're going to talk about something that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all
I finally get my show.
This is all you.
I got a show.
I probably ought to just go up there and man the camera, make sure it stays on, look at all the levels here, make sure I'm not peeking or anything.
Well, I think we need a little bit of we need a little back and forth on this subject.
All right, I'm gonna tell you an embarrassing story.
Okay.
The other day before I forget it, because
was this a recent one?
Yeah, this week.
Okay.
I've been holding it. I didn't want to tell you.
You haven't even told me yet.
No. I got a woman that fishes with me every year named Sarah, and she goes hard. I mean, she fishes hard, and she keeps everything. Fucking croakers, 6-inch croakers. Everything gets kept. It's my kind of charter. I mean, she's going to kill it, and she's going to eat it. Fries a croaker's whole.
Yeah, they're good.
And I had a Sarah in the book the other day. So this dude shows up. He goes, hey, I'm Sarah's husband. I said, that's cool, man. I said, Sarah not coming? He goes, no, she's not coming. I go, man, she goes hard. I've known her, man. She goes hard. I didn't know the guy. It was the wrong Sarah. So he thought I was talking about I knew his wife from back in the day. Completely dead, silent, embarrassing.
That is awesome.
And like an hour later, I went, that's not your wife. I mean, that's not the same Sarah, is it? He goes, I don't think so, man.
She had booked the trip for her husband.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sarah had booked the trip for the husband. I thought it was the Sarah that goes hard that I know.
Your wife really goes hard, dude.
Yeah. Just not the right thing to say, I found out.
That's awesome. Good for you. So not the same, but I remember one time I was waiting tables. We had this, it's a table full of like all these fit people. And then there was one slightly bigger, young lady at the table. And, anyway, I took out their food and all the ones like they ate kind of like a it's big meals at this restaurant. They all kind of ate a little bit, and then they got boxes and everything. And homegirl, she had a clean plate, baby. And I walked up to the table and I said, "Damn, y'all, you need to be taking some notes right now." She freaking cleaned y'all's house right. Anyway, she kind of looked embarrassed about it. It was the wrong thing to say at the wrong time.
Yeah. You know John Kenny,
Yeah.
Zach's dad. Worked
yes.
with him at the firehouse. He once asked a woman on a scene, on a call, when she was due. And of course she wasn't. She wasn't pregnant. Just come on, man. So we need to watch what we say sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when we get comfortable and think we're comfortable with people.
Yep.
You might not know them.
Yeah, you never know. Yep.
Yeah. Lesson. Learned a lesson. Jack's going to talk tonight. And I don't even know what this is about. The guy went to Congress. Captain Jack went to Congress.
Yeah.
Which will be the name of this episode, of course. Captain Jack goes to Congress.
I did.
And I guess it's on YouTube or something. I mean, they filmed it.
There's a link. I've still got the link that you can watch.
Oh, you could send it to me and I can
send it to
there's
you.
this
Yeah.
really cool way you can copy and paste.
It's about 4 hours.
You talked for 4 hours?
No, I don't. I got 5 minutes and then questions. But there was a couple of witnesses from the scientific community first, and then my panel of sort of civilians, if you will, went up there.
Laymen.
Yeah. So I was there for a bill about sharks and to tell the panel, it was a House subcommittee panel. And I was put in touch with a congressman from Virginia. He had me up there as a witness to talk about what we're seeing out front right now.
Do tell. You got to go longer than that because we've got.
So it's essentially the shark depredation is what we're dealing with out there. And I'm sure you've been around here. Now,
yeah, but go ahead and explain it.
You've heard about it. So the sharks for about the last 8 or 10 years have been eating our tunas, like ferociously. And it's gotten to, we've seen it kind of exponentiate over the last couple of years.
You just made that word up.
And then that's not
exponentiate.
A word. That's a word. It is. It's a word.
Go ahead.
Anyway, to where this year it's gotten to where you can hardly get one to the boat unless they're in just the right spot and you get really lucky.
Even on your flatline bites?
Oh yeah, no flatlines. Yeah. I got a video of Frenzy the other day. He sent me a video. He had one bar out on a 130 and they had it literally right beside the boat jigging it, and they got a tuna bite, and I mean immediately it was just an eruption of blood and it was gone. And it used to be in one area, now it's everywhere. So anyway, it seems to be people are starting to get wind of this issue, and so like I said, I've been trying to contact different people over the years, and finally someone, they're getting some word about it. And I went up and there were 4 different bills on the docket that day. So different people from different places. One was about red snappers. And then another one was about a vulture, buzzards eating cows. Kind of interesting. I guess the buzzards, the black vultures will, when the female cow's giving birth, they'll wait. And when that cow's head pops out of the back of the cow, the vultures just go on that thing and they peck its eyes out.
Oh dear.
Kill and get its jugular, and so it's dead immediately. So there was interesting.
That's disgusting.
Another success story of regulation and population regeneration, I guess, just like the sharks. So anyway, I went up and discussed what we're seeing and what other people are seeing up and down the coast. And it was interesting because a lot of the people that were talking about the red snappers were talking about how, well, we only get a little bit of red snapper season, and then we got to hook 5 because the sharks eat 4 of them to catch our 1, So I think there's a little bit of momentum going on, people are getting word about it. The problem is just there's this love affair with sharks in our country right now, I think due to Shark Week and whatnot. So I don't know if anything will happen, but I got to try.
So what you went up there to discuss, and I guess your thesis would be that shark population has increased to such a number that everything's out of whack again.
Yeah.
And we would like to see, or you guys would like to see, and I'm sure commercial guys would like to see, being able to target shark species.
Yeah, I mean, I for sure. when you're regulating things,
Yeah.
you create, and but you've got to re-regulate, constantly because, and the problem with when they take it away is they never give it back.
Yeah, but
you know,
without getting political, because we're never going to do that on here. I'm not going to do it.
we're getting a little.
No, we're not going to do it.
We're flirting with it today,
but we're just making points. We're not taking. I'm not taking a side on this whatsoever.
Me neither. Well, I am. I mean,
but
I think we should.
without reading any kind of literature. I mean, I refuse to talk science without reading something scientific about it first.
Yeah,
That's me, maybe not you. But what you guys were trying to do is, I guess, trying to make the subcommittee aware that things are out of whack, that you can't, not just y'all, but commercial guys, if they're tuna fishing, can't get a tuna to the boat anymore. But I guess that's the bottom line.
yeah,
It's getting to be a real challenge.
I mean, I haven't seen a green stick boat in 6 or 8 years out
Now,
there
why is that? Explain that.
because they can't get their tuna to the boat.
Commercial green stick guys.
So this is a sustainable hook and line fishery. Very little,
clean way to fish.
very clean way to fish. I mean, they catch tuna and pretty much nothing else.
And when we say clean way to fish, meaning that there's no bycatch.
There's no bycatch.
Yeah, you're not catching a bunch of stuff and throwing away a bunch of dead stuff just to save something.
Yeah.
Or keep something.
Yep. So there's no bycatch. It's quality harvest. It goes from they catch it that day, it's at the market the next day, and it goes out all over the country. So our sustainable fisheries are becoming unsustainable, I guess would be the point. I mean, I added it up. I mean, we were back when I was running numbers. I mean, it was like over 20,000 pounds of tuna per day we were losing to sharks.
Wow.
Conservatively.
That's interesting. Did you make that statement the other day?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of, like I would say, the month of June, say 3 or 4 years ago, I just said let's just say we fished 25 days and got blown out 5,
Yeah.
and if you average 20,000 pounds a day, that's 500,000 pounds of fish, 225 metric tons of tuna that we're eating for us to catch. And the way I came to that conclusion was because I got the number of how much the fish house cleaned that day, and I added up what we lost that day, and also what other captains lost. But the other thing is I didn't take into account the boats that might hook 10 big eyes and not get any of those. I didn't even count big eyes. I just counted yellowfins.
Okay.
And so, I mean, you hear it all the time. Somebody goes through and hooks 6 or 8, 10 big eyes, 100, 150, 200 pound fish, and they all get eaten. And then they go back through there and they do it again.
All right. So so you have some sort of data. You presented some sort of data.
Yeah.
I mean, and it sounds fine. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it's an estimate, but it's a good estimate. It's something that you've taken the time and written down. You have numbers.
I did it for about 3 years straight. And then I kind of quit because I was making calls to different people and everybody was kind of blowing me off. And I just said, well, I guess this is a lost cause. And then I finally did get in touch with someone. But listen to the numbers from the fishing center this year, what they are down. They're down about 500,000 pounds of tuna from last year.
Wow. That's interesting. And
I would say that we haven't had as good a fishing, but we have definitely had fishing good enough to catch.
Fishing's fishing, man. It all evens out over time.
Yeah. But I mean, it's, we've had some good days of fishing, but where you get a lot of bites, but you just can't catch them, And I definitely think we're.
So we've gone, so the issue is, you made the issue known. Other people have made the issue known. Now, what's the next step? Is to get observers on board to look and see what y'all are seeing?
Well, I think they've got to get this bill passed, which is basically I can't remember the exact name of it, HR 4051. It's about basically shark depredation research and actually putting some funding into learning why if this is going on, why it's going on. I mean, I'm not terribly ready, like you said, I mean, scientifically, to say that it's an overpopulation issue. I feel like it is. I feel like there's a bit of imbalance, but I mean, you know how things change. I mean, could it be that the bait stocks are low and the sharks are staying with the tunas now to better be able to feed, let the tunas round the bait up and then the sharks can get in there and feed? Are they not finding enough food on their own anymore? Are there just a lot of them, or is it just an anomaly and one of these years it's going to stop? But it seems like, I mean, it's been 8 or 10 years now,
right,
and it's been getting progressively more substantial.
Well,
So
a great guy to have on here would be Charlie, but getting Charlie sandwiched between me and you is a challenge.
I think we should know.
I'd love to have Charlie Locke on here, but the guy, he knows shark. I mean, he knows science.
And he does. And
he does a lot of.
I was at a meeting 2 nights before Noah was here, and we had a meeting about it, and it was really interesting to hear him talk. So I hope this helps us figure something out, figure out a way forward. The problem is the regulations have become such that right now, if they made commercial shark fishing legal, it would not be worth the commercial fisherman's time to catch them.
How about that? That's it. That because of expenses
And
what they get at the
what they
top.
get. Yeah, they're not allowed to sell the fins anymore.
Okay.
Which is obviously a hotbed topic among the shark conservationists and the people that don't. I would argue that selling fins sustainably here in the United States would help take pressure off places where the sharks are getting beat up pretty hard. I
think the message that a lot of people take is that the fins are being taken, but the rest of the shark isn't, and that's not the case.
It's illegal. Yeah. When it was legal to sell the fins, you had to come in. You had to the number of fins you had to match up with the number of sharks you had. Yeah. And they would get a little money for the meat. They would get $1.50 for the meat. So they'd get a couple grand for what they had, and then they would get $35, $40, $50. For the fins, and that was where the money came from. And they had a really good market in San Francisco. Fins went over there to the Asian communities for the shark fin soup. And I can't believe that stopped. You know what I mean? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff coming in the country on the black market. And I would imagine that there's unsustainable shark fins coming in now that we have cut off the supply of sustainable fins, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assumption.
And images are powerful.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, cool shit, man. And I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you. You went and you talked about something that meant something besides nothing like what we usually talk about.
Yeah, it was. It was cool. I mean, it was the guys that got me in touch. They got me in touch with these guys. It was nice of them to have faith in me. I think I did a good job.
Did you use any double negatives?
I don't think so. I wrote a pretty good speech. It was kind of nerve wracking. I should have practiced my speech more. I didn't realize we only got 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I wrote one night. I started writing. I was going to write the first paragraph and go to bed, and I just started writing, and I couldn't stop.
Was everything a complete sentence?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was really nicely written.
Was it?
Did I send it to you?
No, you were supposed to send it to me to check and proof, and you never sent it to me. I couldn't imagine that you forgot.
I sent it
like you.
I sent it to the congressman, and he approved of it, so I felt like that was good enough. But I only had 5 minutes, and I got through page 1, and I was like, oh my God, I've only got a minute left. So I kind of had to, on the fly, pick a couple paragraphs that I thought were most relevant. But the good thing was he was able, I probably, once there were 6 of us on the panel, all about, the different bills. We all had a story. And then then that we were questioned. All the representatives had questions for us. And I got more questions than just about anybody by about 2 or 3. So it seemed to be that they were pretty interested in what I had to say. So that was pretty cool.
Did you shower and shave and look good?
Yeah, I had a suit on.
Whoa.
Wore my suit.
Very cool.
Yep.
All right. So seriously, if anybody wants to check it out, if Jack can remember to give me the link, I will post it along with the video.
Yeah, I'll
so you can look at Jack talk about sharks. We gotta go to a sponsor.
Okay.
We still have a sponsor. They haven't given up on us.
Okay. TW still.
TW.
Chris is still hanging with us.
He loves it. We got another rod to give away. We'll give it away after the break. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Be right back. Red motherfucking button.
Donnie D from DOA and Misguided Fishing. Check it out. TW's got everything you need to catch all the fishes. The rods, the reels, string, baits, from all the guys that make that stuff. Shimano, Daiwa, Penn, St. Croix, Yoseria, Meat Hawk, etc., etc., etc. You want to look fly when you're doing all that catching? They got you covered with gear from Salty Crew, Pelagic, Extra Tough, and more. You got questions? Ask away. TW's is staffed by people who fish every chance they get. They got their finger on the pulse of Outer Banks fishing. I haven't even scratched the surface of this place. It's like a toy store for grown-ups. So check out TW's Bait and Tackle in Nags Head, the Outer Banks' largest tackle shop. Milepost 10. And now, back to Misguided Fishing.
I hit it.
You hit the red button?
We're recording. We're back.
We're back.
Our subdued.
Jack just sent me a text. Oh, you sent me the link.
I sent you the link.
So you wouldn't forget.
Yep.
You went ahead and sent it right now.
Yep.
A link to your Captain Jack Goes to Washington.
Yep. You can watch it. It's pretty interesting.
Because you talk.
Definitely, that was the most interesting part. I think what was interesting was, they had a girl from NOAA and another guy who was a bird guy for the buzzard bill. And the buzzard bill.
The buzzard bill. Bird guy for the buzzard bill.
Yeah, but I found it interesting. They had a farmer from Missouri on there, cow farmer, and he was telling all about it. But
Did you get a per
um,
diem? Did they buy you a Chick-fil-A or anything?
nope.
Did you get to go to the Congress lunchroom?
No, well, I probably could have. We were fishing the boat builders that week. That was the boat builders. That was the first day. My mate was
You
running
spoke in front of Congress and you can get fucking lunch out of the deal.
I just hopped in the car and took off to get back here to go fishing the next day. So I fished the day before. I drove up after fishing, checked into a hotel at 9:00 at night, slept, got up, forgot a belt. So found a Target nearby, ran to Target, got a belt for my suit. And then I went down. They got me a sweet parking pass. Got a sweet parking pass right there. Had a good place. Got me a good parking spot. They didn't give me a good parking spot. I will say parking's tough over there in Washington. And then they took me to meet our North Carolina representative, and him and I he had to go vote, so him and I walked through Congress together, and he took me to where the big Capitol building. It's pretty crazy. It's 3 different buildings. The one is the main one, that you see on TV, but then there's all the office buildings on both sides, and it's all got tunnels and everything through it. So we walked all through there, and then through to the main building where they were about to vote. And I saw all the representatives coming in to vote.
What would you be eating for lunch if you had given you lunch?
I don't know. I don't know what they have in that cafeteria.
What was
nice
your
in there.
birthday? What was your birthday dinner growing up?
My mom used to make these beef ribs that were really good. I think that's usually what I requested. I've never been a big birthday guy, though. Just kind of whatever.
Liver, mashed potatoes and gravy.
Really?
Liver.
Liver and onions?
Every birthday.
Are you a liver guy?
I am.
I didn't know that. I like liver, too. Not many people do. Not many people are into organ meat.
I love it.
I'll start saving my deer livers for you, too.
No, you know what? I want a fucking tuna.
Okay, well.
Only guy I know that drives a offshore boat, and I can't get a tuna from him.
Didn't we just discuss this? I can't get a tuna either because the sharks eat them. So
They don't eat the whole thing.
If you got a problem with me not giving you a tuna, you need to take that.
I'm
up
not
with the
too
sharks.
proud to take half the tuna. The half they don't eat.
Well, that's the part my charter wants, because they're like, "Hey, dude, 20 of our tunas just got eaten. Can we have this head?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. You can take the head home with you. You can have that. No problem."
Jack, I'm tired of your excuses.
Well, I mean, I just went to Congress to tell.
Oh my God! All right, Jack, I'll let you beat on your chest. And how many times can you say Congress tonight? That's a good trivia question. How many times has Jack said Congress and I in the same sentence?
It feels powerful. It does. I went to Congress.
Narcissist.
No, it's not.
Narcissism.
It's not.
Word of the day yesterday, by the way.
It's not. I didn't even advertise that I was going.
All right. T-Dub, give me a fucking question. You got a trivia question?
I do. Yeah, and it pertains to tuna.
All right. Last time we had a trivia question, Chris McDonald, a long time ago.
Yeah, God.
30-inch trout, and the weight was 7 pounds and something. Anyway, dude from Swells of Brewing. If you're down here, it's a brewery.
Yeah, they got good beer.
And he won.
If you drink beer.
So it's cool.
Good place.
The guy was so stoked, man. I took the rod into him.
Nice.
I didn't have to mail it. Took it right to him.
Did you have an NA? Did they make NAs in there, I wonder?
What's that?
Non-alcoholic beer?
I don't know. I drank a root beer. They don't make root beer, but he gave me one.
Nice. God, if they made homemade root beer.
Like the other place does.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I
like
love
that
homemade root beer.
Yeah, I do too. Anyway, you have a trivia question. We have another rod to give away.
Okay. Biggest yellowfin caught charter fishing in the Atlantic Ocean.
On your boat. The aficionado.
No, just in my career.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I haven't caught many big ones on the aficionado because they usually get eaten.
And I get none of them.
Yeah, exactly. Neither do I.
So back in the day when
My poor dogs.
back in the day when you caught a tuna,
Yep.
a full grown whole tuna,
It was a full-grown tuna.
how big was it?
It was. I
No,
can't
don't
you.
tell. No, that's the question. How big was?
it? Yeah.
I don't expect you to give me the answer.
Yep. How big was it?
All right, that's the question, man. Send it to me. You know how to do it, man. DM or whatever. Text me. I don't care.
Yep. He had big old long sickle fins. Flatline bite.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Anything else? You were in Congress.
And it was the yellowfin tuna, it was a yellowfin.
Okay.
Not a big eye. I caught big eyes bigger. I caught bluefins bigger, obviously. Biggest yellowfin.
Biggest yellowfin
Yep.
that you talked about in Congress. You probably brought that up in Congress too. And by the way, anyway, all right. What do you got going on this week?
This really is my show.
It's all about you. All about you.
Oh man, this is so exciting. We're gonna need more time.
No, we're not. We're not. You have about 10 more minutes to make this work. Because I'm afraid people started dozing off when you kept going on and on about Congress.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was kind of boring, but
speaking of it, last show was so cool for me when I was editing and watching because me and Chris were talking and you were just sitting there. This look on your face, not saying anything.
I know.
Every now and then,
you feeling bad for me because you just basically cut me out of the show completely.
Every now and then you try to talk in and we're like, yeah, whatever, dude. Chris and I would just we talk every day now.
Trout, look at us.
Every day we talk now, Chris and I.
Oh yeah,
and you're not involved.
See, look at you. We're making new friends here on Misguided Fishing.
All right, tell me what you got going on this week.
This
is really chest banging time.
Well, I hope so. Hopefully, we'll have a show dedicated to me again after this to talk about my big victory.
Where are you going this week?
We're going to the White Marlin Open, Ocean City, Maryland.
Clock's ticking.
I'll be a mate. I'll be going back to my roots in the cockpit. Offering my services to the biopsy sport fishing operation.
Oh, that's a high on that.
The
two out of three on that boat are fucking legit.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm going to make lunch. So that's what I do in Costa Rica. I just make lunch, keep my head down, tell stories.
So
let all the other serious people do their thing, and I keep everybody entertained. So they just
so you'll be the second mate.
I'll be the second.
Y'all have two mates.
Yep.
Is that an angler only tournament?
No.
Oh, so
Yep.
You can touch a rod?
I can touch a rod. Yep.
That's so unfair.
Well, I mean, I just go by the rules.
That is so unfair.
That's just the rules. You can't say the rules are unfair because they're just the rules.
Why don't you just leave the guys at the dock and captains and mates go and they can sit and drink and then tell
Yeah, they
stories.
can just pay the entry for us.
Yeah.
And we just go out there and fish.
Yeah.
We need somebody to crank them in.
The electric mate.
You know,
the electric mate.
The fun part's hooking them, but I like cranking them in too. You do too.
No.
But anyway, yeah. Ocean City White Marlin Open, 50th anniversary.
Wow.
This year.
What's the prize?
It's going to be a lot. I don't know. There was over 400 boats last year. There should be more than that this year. They've got a 50th anniversary Calcutta that's $50,000 buy-in. So there's going to be some money in that thing this year.
That's so elitist.
Yeah, it very much so.
$50,000 just to get in the Calcutta.
That's just one Calcutta,
And then that's not including all the other
all the other entries. So I mean, I would imagine if you did the $50,000, I would imagine you'd have close to 100 just in the entry fees. I don't know if our group's getting in the $50,000, but some of them do. I mean it's just crazy.
Will you get free lunch out of this deal?
Actually, no. I'm going to the store tomorrow to get some supplies. So no free lunch, but I do get paid. I get paid whether we win or not. But hopefully I win because if we win, I get paid more.
Now, who's going to run the aficionado? Or are you just going to leave it sitting?
Oh, Joe is.
Yep. Now, who's going to work for Joe?
Scott Sumners.
Okay.
Yep.
All full circle.
Yeah, we got it all figured out, man. We only have 2 days this week. My normal standard 2 days of the week. Yeah, so Joe's run some trips already this year, done a good job, and getting the experience. So hopefully that goes well, and hopefully we have a good tournament. There's been some fish up there, actually, a lot more so than last year.
It looks like there's been some fish here.
Yeah, there's been some fish here too.
When are y'all's? Next week? Is it Pirates Cove next week?
Pirates Cove will be next week. Yep.
Are you all in that?
We're not in that, no. We'll fish the Alice Kelly, and then my mate will be fishing that, and I'll have a mate I'll probably have Scott on there for that. On there, no shit. Scott's fishing the Pirates Cove tournament, so I got to find a mate.
Not me.
Yeah, I know.
Don't call me.
Damn, I got to find a mate for that. All right, cool.
Why can't you do it all?
Glad you brought that. I don't know. It's just
You know who does it all? Me. I do it all.
I know you do. I know you, but you're downstairs with everybody. Well, you get
No,
the
I
job
don't.
sometimes.
No, I don't go downstairs. I tell my crews, the less I have to come downstairs, the better trip you've had because you've actually fished.
Yeah, true. Yep.
Yeah, I never come downstairs if I don't have to.
Yep. Cast over there, guys.
You can do this. You don't need me for this. Do
Yeah.
it. You know why? Because they're fishing. That's what we do in the small boats. We go fishing.
We do too.
You're going to a tournament where you're going to do everything, and then some guy with a gold marlin necklace and bad raccoon eyes and overweight's going to drink cocktails at the end of the day and claim he did it all.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're gonna rig the. I don't know. Some groups want to hook their own fish. Some don't. Some want to sit back and relax. You know, I mean, it's how a billfish is. I mean, you kind of got to be Johnny on the spot when they come in there. You know, it's not like a cobia where you see him 500 yards away. And then okay, everybody's ready, and you sneak. You never know when that billfish is going to come in there.
Guess
you
what? I'm not listening to you.
I'm not downplaying.
You are downgrading my
just
job.
Talking about how I'm talking about the differences in having to be
Do you have to wear a collared shirt
ready
next
immediately.
week?
No, probably not. But I tell you what, I have gotten into, Donnie. I've gotten into the long pants.
You're going to wear a collared shirt and long pants and Sperry's, topsiders.
No, I wear keen sandals.
And you're going to wear a belt, one of those canvas belts that have the little marlins on it.
No, I've got a belt, but it's a leather Velcro belt.
It has marlins on it.
No, just straight leather.
Are you wearing the gold marlin necklace or the turquoise marlin necklace?
Actually, we're gonna get there early tomorrow, and we're gonna get marlin tattoos on our backs before the tournament.
How many
starts.
Billfish Foundation stickers will you have on the back of your truck when you come home?
Well, I don't know if the Billfish Foundation supports this tournament because it's a kill
It's a
tournament.
kill tournament. That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
Which that's cool. Let's kill a white one. That's
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Well, they are delicious.
Never had them.
I would say probably my top might be my number 2 favorite fish, pelagic species of fish to eat.
No, it's not. You just made that up.
It's
you
not.
You just said that.
I didn't.
You did. You just made that up.
I did not.
Because I'm trying to mock you.
So number one would probably be mahi, dolphin, and then number 2 would probably be white marlin.
Number one, so overrated, a little slimy.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know me, I just don't like tuna. Other people like tuna. That's their thing. That's fine. But
Look at me. I'm just.
I don't like tuna.
I'm shaking my head at you. Disgusted.
But the white marlin, it's the meat's pink. It's just this beautiful pink meat. I mean, we don't kill many.
That's undercooked.
Well, yeah, you can sashimi it.
Well, and all the tendons that are with it.
Not many tendons in the white marlin. Sailfish, understand, is tendony. I won't kill blue marlins. I don't like to kill them. But they're not very good. But white marlins are pretty daggone good to eat.
I'll let you tell Congress the next time you go about it. All right, man. I'm running out of steam. So tell me what else you got.
That's about it. Been fishing along pretty good.
Went to Congress, going to the White Marlin Open with all your best buddies, Biff, Bo, Sinji, or whoever.
Yeah. If you would like to get involved, it would be a good idea to call make a phone call to Noah or somebody like that. It's. I feel like there's some momentum. It would be cool if you like catching tuna, to make our voices heard a bit right now.
Yeah. Seriously, one of these topics I could care less about. The other one I'm really interested in is we see a lot of sharks all over the place, and these guys that do go tuna fishing, man, are charging a premium price, and we're seeing it, man, over the past, you're right, man, 8 to 10 years, man. And it's not just anecdotal evidence now. If we can get some researchers out there and looking at it, I think you can see it, what's going on.
Yeah, and our businesses are starting to suffer. I mean, we're seeing stuff on social media. People are talking about, we paid all this money, we got a bunch of bites, we didn't catch any fish, the sharks ate them all. I don't. We've talked about shark charters. I don't know that that's the answer. I just don't think. I think that's more of a niche market. I don't think people are going to want to pay that much money to go out constantly.
No, yeah, I think you're right, man. I mean,
You know what I mean?
When it all comes down to it, it's what you get to take home.
Yeah.
You can preach catch and release all you want, but man, people still book trips to go.
They want it. They want to eat seafood.
Exactly.
And I get that. I like seafood.
I do too, man. And I joke all day because I don't eat any except for tuna. I don't eat any fish I catch, but people want it, man. I get very few people year after year that are catch and release.
Yep.
I might be able to count them on one hand.
Yeah.
Seriously. And my business is fine, but you guys are going to suffer.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're starting to see it. I mean, the mahi helped us this summer, tile fish, but people like to see that big, shiny, beautiful tuna come over the side of the boat. And I get that because they're big.
There's a lot of meals in one fish.
There's a lot of meals. I mean, if you have a good day, your trip pays for itself. If you don't buy, I had a guy the other day that called me and he was real worried about catching something, and that was really what, sometimes you get those calls and now, will we get skunked? And then I said, man, if you're worried about not catching anything, you should take that $3,000 and call Fresh Catch.
Yeah.
And go buy tuna right there. Yeah. I said, because it's just, it's never certain, but we do try and catch something for people to take home every day.
We all do.
So it makes it more fun when there's a bend in the rod.
All right. Decent. We got through 30 minutes of you talking about yourself.
Yeah. I went to Congress.
You want to see Jack this week? Go up to Ocean City. He'll be hanging out with Biff. Look for some dude with raccoon eyes and a gold necklace.
We're in the DL Marina. I'm not even sure which one it is, but we're in the DL Marina.
I don't know what that means.
We're just we're not in the middle of it all.
All right.
I like to be incognito.
Trivia question again: biggest yellowfin Jack ever caught in his career? Yellowfin. Atlantic yellowfin.
Charter fishing.
Charter fishing.
Out of Oregon.
God. Yes. All right. Narrowed it down. Thank you. All right, Misguided Fishing. Check us out, man. YouTube, Spotify,
Apple Podcasts.
All right, till next time.
Peace out.
Misguided Fishing has been brought to you by TW's Bait and Tackle, Nag's Head. Thanks everybody for watching, for listening. We'll see you next time.